and to reverse disciple children to turn the hearts of the children against the fathers. This is Ross Douthat with Yale University law professor Samuel Moyn.
I've gotten in some hot water for proposing we consider overweighting the votes of younger people, or assigning the youngest eligible voters proxy votes for the unrepresented children of our country.
Why not assign them to those children's parents?
Pause. So, dude, stinking Ross. So he insightfully notices what this guy's doing. He's saying, you know what we ought to do is we ought to use the government to redistribute the authority of the children away from the leadership of the parents and distribute it broadly to the collective of the voting populace.
Why not assign them to those children's parents?
There's a divergence of interest between parents and children. It's likelier that young people, not people who are raising families, will have the best insight into the interests of children. Whereas if you were awarded 5
I think
proxy
that's
votes,
daft. I think it's absurd to imagine that a 24-year-old recent college graduate has a better assessment of the interests of my own children than I do.
In every generation, what you're going to see is Romans chapter 1. It doesn't tell you what happened. It tells you what always happens. What happens to nations under the passive wrath of God, it says, quote, claiming to be wise, they became fools.
I think parents generally confuse the interests of their family with the interests of their children. And part of our goal, I think, as parents, but also as a society, is trying to make sure that children aren't the hostages of their parents.
Bro! Now, again, this is not just like, let's just find a fringe radical voice. This is the guy that is one of the most prominent law professors at Yale, that's training future Supreme Court justices, that's shaping the jurisprudence angle of our future nation. And our job, according to the scriptures, is to, quote, we destroy arguments and every lofty opinion that sets itself up against the knowledge of God. The knowledge of God is heterosexual mom and heterosexual dad married in a covenant, raising their children, and they are the authority over their children, not the state. It is designed to reverse disciple children to turn the hearts of the children